Opportunities are coming because Amazon is going to be here. That's what I definitely want people to understand, is that there will be opportunity, there will be growth. This is a great place to be. It's just an exciting town to be here, and Virginia is growing very rapidly, and so Amazon is going to be a part of that. So it's going to be cool.
All right, guys, today we're going to learn about Amazon Headquarters 2. John Turner, thank you so much for meeting with us and just being able to give us some information. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sure. Hey, Brian, I appreciate you having me, my man. I am John Turner. I'm very excited to be here with the LA Data Nerds. I have been a licensed real estate agent in Virginia as well as Maryland since 2017. When I am located in the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia metropolitan area. Super excited to be here, man, and ready to roll with you.
Yeah, yes. I'm glad to have you here, man. So tell us about Amazon. 2 years ago, they decided to move into the area. Give us a little bit of history on that.
Yeah, so it truly was an exciting announcement when Amazon said that they decided to choose Northern Virginia to have their second headquarters here. And everybody was really excited hearing about the 25,000 jobs that are coming into the DMV area. And so everybody saw dollar signs, right? They saw dollar signs. They saw they can hold on to their homes. And once Amazon gets here, they can begin sell their homes for top dollar. Yeah, a lot of excitement around Amazon coming here.
That's cool. So a little bit, I know previously they had planned to move to New York. They weren't too excited about it. How was the feedback? Or how did your community react to Amazon moving to the area?
Yeah, in Virginia, we were charged up. From the moment that we had an opportunity to actually win the bid, we were charged up to actually have 25,000 jobs coming here, tax breaks and benefits that come along with it, as well as obviously stimulating the economy with those 25,000 jobs. We have the infrastructure here in Crystal City and Arlington, Virginia, where they decided to make their new headquarters. The metro systems there, which is the metro is the subway. We have the bus system that's available. We have the VRE, which is the Virginia Railway Express, which allows people to get in and out of the city and more rural population. So we had the infrastructure here. So everybody was excited, man. And we're like, oh, we can handle this. And this is going to be great for everybody who's in Northern Virginia, as well as Maryland, as well as DC. We look forward to it.
No, that's good. It makes me happy that you guys have more welcome signs rather than if you see protests in New York, people were not very happy. They're like, get out of here.
There were not any protesters here. We saw people with signs, but we were rooting them on. We're more so fans instead of protesters.
Yeah, come on in. Right. That's so cool. Okay, good. I'm glad they found a home with people who are welcoming them. Yeah, super interesting when the whole, when people don't want outsiders or more people to come into the area. It's always an interesting phenomenon. So over the last 2 years, what have you guys noticed with people moving in? How has that been?
So I think what people heard was 25,000 jobs, right? So the excitement around 25,000 jobs and all this opportunity and all of this growth that's going to be coming to the DMV, that's what people heard. But the reality of it is that those 25,000 jobs, they all just don't come at once. And it's not as if there's just this huge influx of people that end up coming into the area. One of the things that you saw once Amazon announced in 2017 is that they were like, oh, I'm not going to sell my home. And so they decided to hold on to their homes, to their properties, and thinking that once Amazon gets here and those 25,000 jobs are here, that at that point they can sell their properties at a much higher value. The reality of that is that Amazon's not fully here just yet. It is going to be a slow growth. The expectation of the 25,000 jobs is that it's going to be 2,000 jobs per year for the next 12 years. That's going to be the reality. So it's not just going to be a huge influx of people that are coming in immediately.
Yeah, no, then that makes sense. It's a slow transition rather than everyone just flooding the area.
Not only that, but the jobs in which Amazon is going to be providing, 60% of them are going to be to people that already live here. So of those 2,000 each year, there's going to be roughly 600 people that come in from other parts of the country or even the world. So that growth amount isn't as large as what people might actually think that it would be.
Yeah, and you were saying how you recently know people in your area who they already live there and they just got hired.
Yeah. So definitely, I obviously go on social media just like everybody else from time to time. And from time to time, I see friends who already live in the area that are now being hired by Amazon. Amazon is looking to recruit locally and looking for that local talent that exists here. And there's plenty of talent that is in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area that they can pull from. Again, it's not as if they're looking to outsource everything. They're looking for homegrown people that they can bring on board and not necessarily have to pay relocation for.
And I think that's a part of some of the confusion. Maybe people think when a company moves to an area that a lot of outsiders are going to come. No, they also want to hire locally. It makes more sense from a business perspective and logistics wise to have people who are already in the area. Yeah. Let's talk about, so for the housing, so you're talking about how people are holding their homes because they are anticipating, this is going to be a more desirable area for people to live in, and how housing prices have gone up. So could you speak into that a little bit more?
Yeah, man. So Northern Virginia, Maryland, DC is just like every other city in the country where people, because of COVID, right? People are they're still, right? So there's not a lot of homes that are currently on the market. So again, in 2017, people heard the announcement that Amazon was coming, decided to hold on to their homes. But what they didn't see coming was that in 2020, the world would be affected by a global pandemic. Yes. Right? So that's something that obviously no one predicted and that no one knows about. But as a direct result, there's less that's available and there's a higher demand. And because the demand is so high, that price point continues to climb and climb. So that's where we're at now in terms of very low inventory. Homes are going over appraised values. People are waiving appraisals in the marketplace in order to be competitive so that they can secure a home for themselves and for their family.
Yeah, it's like the perfect storm. Like it became a more desirable area and then there was just COVID. Right. There's nothing you can do about that. That's interesting. What about the Amazon? So where they're actually building the headquarters, like what's that area like?
Yeah, so it's actually a great area, man. There's a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of activity that's going down out there. There's a lot of things to do: movie theater, parks, playgrounds, basketball courts, fitness centers. There's a ton to do. It's a very growing and developing area. Close proximity to Reagan National Airport. So there's a lot of easy access to a very swanky type of part of town. So that's a great community, great neighborhood.
Nice. That's super cool. And then you said the playground or like the new, because the Amazon headquarters, I understand they're gonna have some open space available to the public. So you said you recently went down there?
Yeah. So I go down there frequently. So I have a 6-year-old and I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. And so we go down there from time to time because there's a playground that's not too far from where they're building the headquarters. Lots of families are out there just hanging out and enjoying a beautiful day and hanging out at the playground. A lot of people on the basketball court. It really is. It's a good part of town.
That's so cool. What about the construction that's going on for the new headquarters? Because I know it's supposed to come soon. Like, how does that look down there?
Yeah, so it definitely is. It certainly is developing and it is building up. So the construction is progressing. They're not finished yet, so they're still building, but they're doing a nice job keeping things somewhat secluded and out of the way of the people who live in that area.
That's cool. Have you seen we'll throw up a photo of a new headquarters, what they're supposed to look like. Have you seen it's like that spiral kind of, yeah. You've seen it and there's like trees and stuff. It looks really cool. Okay, have you heard that it's supposed to be like that? People have been comparing it to the poop emoji.
I haven't heard I haven't.
And we're gonna show it on the screen. It was like interesting. That spiral. It's like when I saw it, I was like, I could see how people could see that.
Yeah. Whoever the architect was, I guess kudos to them, right? I guess kudos to the architect. Maybe the poop emoji was the vision.
And the poop emoji smiling too, so it's cool. Oh man, I'm sure. And also, it's supposed to be an LED, like platinum, super sustainable building. Which is the highest level of sustainability. And I don't know if that's a coincidence with the poop emoji, but you were talking about other companies coming down to the area also.
Yeah. So it should be a LEED certified building. And
yes.
There will be, and so like the biggest benefit again, like what people see is like a ton of jobs that are coming to the area, or a ton of jobs from Amazon that are coming to the area. But the reality is that the biggest benefit are some of the other tech companies that want to rub elbows with Amazon, right? Like, want to cozy up to Big Brother. That's where a huge benefit comes in. And it's hard to capture that data. The people who, maybe the data nerds can catch it, but it's hard to capture that data because you don't know who's necessarily coming to the area as a direct result of Amazon being here. And what people want to be close to Amazon and kind of see how they can benefit as well from being close by. So that's where the biggest benefit is going to come in, I believe, in terms of some of the other smaller tech companies that want to be close.
Yeah. And you pointed that out, and I was like earlier, and I was like, wow, that's something you wouldn't think about like until after the fact. You can't measure that. That's just some of the benefits aren't measurable, which is super interesting. And we've only, I'm sure your area has only maybe even slightly begun to feel some of the positive effects of that.
Yes, so far that it's been pretty light, Brian. It's kind of it's been light in terms of feeling the effects of Amazon being here. Again, it's 2,000 jobs per year, and most of the people are already residents who are going to be coming here. So it's going to be a slow build, and over time we'll see the growth to the economy, and not just from Amazon, but again, like I mentioned, from some of those other tech companies. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool to see the growth.
Okay, cool. John, what are some areas around the new Amazon headquarters, if you're thinking about moving to the area, there's some desirable spots to live in?
Yeah. So it depends upon what type of lifestyle that you live, and if you want something that's a little bit more swanky and have the high-rise life and want to be around bars and restaurants, Arlington, Virginia is a great place to be. And so in Arlington, you get that fun kind of fast-paced lifestyle with close proximity to the metro. You're still very close to Crystal City. So if you want to be in Boston or the Clarendon area, there's a ton of things for you to do in terms of like excitement, or even some theaters. They have some theaters that are in that area too. If you're more family focused and family oriented, you might want to go Arlington adjacent, which is the Falls Church area. And so in Falls Church, there's a lot more single family homes that are available, slower pace type lifestyle, still very close access into the city if you wanted to go into DC. And if you wanted something that's possibly in Maryland, you can go to the Oxon Hill area, which obviously also isn't too far from headquarters. But in Oxon Hill, they have what we call the National Harbor, where there's MGM Casino, there's Topgolf, there's an outlet mall, so a ton of shopping. Families hang out there very frequently. So just a lot of cool things to do in the National Harbor area as well. So it really just depends upon what your lifestyle is. And if you're more family oriented, it's available for you. If you're looking for that city, fast-paced lifestyle, Arlington is available for you. And also you have some shopping, you have some casinos, and you want a mix of best of both worlds. Oxon Hill and Maryland is available for you too.
What's the difference between the Oxon Hill and the Falls Church area?
Yeah, what you'll find in Falls Church is that it's more just like family focused. So it's more so just family focused. You're not going to have as much nightlife as you might find in Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill is a combination of both, right? If you have the single family homes that are available, but you also have kind of some of the excitement of the National Harbor that exists too.
Okay. And what was the first one you pointed out? It was the...
So you have Arlington.
Okay. So it's more high rise, you said?
Yeah, in Arlington, you have a lot of high rises that are available. Again, in Clarendon and the Boston area, a lot of high rises, obviously some townhomes, more so like closer quarters. Falls Church is where you go out a little bit further, still great proximity to the city, but you also have more single family homes, a little bit more space. You might be able to find a yard, things of that nature.
Cool. And then the Oxon Hill's like that blend.
Yeah, Oxon Hill, you will likely get a little bit more yard space. You'll likely get a little bit more yard space in terms of that single family living. But within the Oxon Hill area, again, I mean, you're in very close proximity to the National Harbor, where they have a ton of different events. Down
here, the National Harbor. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, got it. And so what kind of events do they have there?
So what they have there is, so recently they have the circus there. They had a dino safari just recently there. So it's a lot of different fun events that they'll have at the harbor. So you'll see, Oxon Hill and then the National Harbor It's all in the same, very similar area, similar location.
Okay. No, that's really awesome. So I was just thinking, it looks like in the Arlington area, you can probably take public transportation into here.
You can, yep. So they have several different. They have the orange and blue line for the metro. So if you wanted to hop on the metro, you could very easily in many places in Arlington. Same thing for Falls Church. The metro runs through Falls Church as well as your different bus lines that are available too. And then even in Alexandria, you also have a blend. If you wanted to be in Old Town Alexandria, again, you have a lot more of the restaurants in Old Town. If you want to take your family out there to hang out, see some of the restaurants for the day, you can. But again, Alexandria is a blend where they have the townhomes, they have the high rises, but they also have the single family homes as well too in Alexandria.
Got it. Cool. Awesome. That's super good info too. Yeah, if like you happen to be moving to the area, whether for headquarters or as we were talking about a different company who's coming into that area, or whether it's a different tech company or who knows, or whatever. Yeah, but that's super cool. So I guess just to wrap it up, like are there any questions I didn't ask you that you wanted me to ask?
I think I don't want to come across as about the 25,000 jobs. It's not going to be great for the economy. It is going to be great. It's just going to be over a long period of time. So it's not all going to happen right away. But opportunities are coming because Amazon is going to be here. But also look for some of those other companies to migrate here and want to be close to Amazon. That's what I definitely want people to understand, is that there will be opportunity, there will be growth. This is a great place to be. It's a great place to be. It's a great place to live. Tons of things to do. Like I mentioned, you've got the national malls that are in DC. You had the Smithsonian's that are in DC. You have Mount Vernon that's here. You have the National Harbor, as I mentioned. You have close proximity to Baltimore. You have close proximity to Baltimore and Maryland, but there's a ton of cool things to do as well. All major sports teams are here. So it's just an exciting town to be here. And Virginia is growing very rapidly. And so Amazon is going to be a part of that. So it's going to be cool.
That's awesome. Looks like Amazon picked a winner. Heck yeah. Cool, John. Yeah, thanks so much for sharing all about Amazon, the real deal, how it's affecting the area, and some places to live if you're thinking about moving to the area.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me. It was fun.
Yeah. Anytime. Cool. Till next time.
All right.